We're in Turner Sims, Southampton, one of the premier concert halls in the south of the UK, and we're here to witness the birth of a brand new professional chamber orchestra, which is called SOM, which means sound or music in Old English. I ended up feeling very strongly that Southampton and this region of the country was a place that could very much benefit from a new orchestra. Two things struck me in the course of preparing for it and building things up. One was that Southampton was until now by far and away the largest city in the country with no professional orchestra, none at all, until today. And I didn't realise that it had never had one, never had an orchestra that's a professional orchestra to call its own. And the second thing that struck me is how many really amazingly good quality, fully professional orchestral players there are, not just in Southampton, not just in Hampshire, but in Dorset, in Wiltshire, across to West Sussex, that we've called upon, that we've fixed to build up this orchestra. How many of them there are, and it was really quite extraordinary how many we found. The format is something that we dreamt up along with the hall manager, Kevin Appleby, here at Turner Sims. He told us that he always hears from his concert-going public that they want to hear more about the music that they've just heard. And so we dreamt up the Unwrapped format. Leonard Bernstein famously did it in the 1950s and the 1960s. And I think it's a wonderful format. So basically what's happening is that in the first half, we play some music with the orchestra on stage, and we're working with David Owen Norris, who of course is fabulous at building bridges with listeners, breaking down the music, explaining it, helping people to gain access points, find doors and new ways of listening.
I'm going to tell a story that I've never told before about Sibelius's Fourth Symphony. When I was a student, I went and bought one of those turnabout vinyl recordings of it, conducted by Anthony Collins from W.H. Smith. And I took it home and I put it on and I listened. Got stuck. And then a bit later I heard, and I thought, it's jumped on. It's got stuck again. And I took it back to W.H. Smith. But they wouldn't give me my money back. They made me sit and listen to it properly. And ever since then, it was a very, very valuable lesson. Ever since then, I've realized that you must listen to Sibelius with great attention and great humility and see what he has to say.
The audience will come back for the second half, where we play all of the music complete, and hopefully the audience will come back and feel, just they have that little more glimmer of an access point to what they're about to hear. To me, Sibelius is one of the most fascinating of composers of all time. He has many traits as a composer, but in this chamber orchestra format, we're talking about miniatures, which can be very easily analysed and pulled apart. And of course, apart from anything else, they're such beautiful tunes. They portray the drama so well as well. These little tiny miniatures, like little portraits. And that lends itself incredibly well to being investigated more deeply and thoroughly, I think.
It's wonderful to work with Robin because, I mean, he's fantastic. Lovely energy, obviously a great conductor, and we want to help him with this orchestra, and we want to see it through and make sure it arrives where it deserves to arrive. It's really lovely to work with him.
Selling out the concert hall for the first concert, for our launch concert, was just a dream come true, I have to be honest. Everybody wants to sell well. We all want to bring great classical music to as many people as possible, but that was a dream come true because, of course, this is a new venture and we want it to do well, and we want to play to as many people as possible. We want to get the word out about how good we are, and by doing interesting concerts that are a little bit different. For our next Unwrapped concert in the series, we're performing Eroica Unwrapped in April 2016 with John Suchet joining us on stage to pull apart Beethoven's arguably most important symphony, and one of the most important symphonies ever written.